Hey, this is Tammy, and I wanted to talk about becoming the unstoppable you. Becoming the unstoppable you. So, what does that mean? That means that you allow yourself to get in the space where you understand and know and recognize who you are and what it is that you can do. What are your abilities? So you want to take inventory of what your abilities are, what it is that you present. What do you offer? I'm in the woods, y'all, so I heard something. So I was looking back to see what could it be, because I'm in the woods and there are lions, tigers, and bears. So I wanted to know what is walking up on me. Heard it out there because I saw some deer earlier. Cute. We saw a mother and looked like a baby. But one of the things you want to do, I have a couple of different steps for you to decide that you are going to be unstoppable. And so the first step is to take immediate action. So when you get a download, and I'm going to say that, or an idea, but when you get that, then you want to take immediate action. Now, taking immediate action doesn't mean running out and, doing the thing. It could mean sitting down with it and realizing what it is that you want and really like writing it down. That is one type of action that you can take immediately. It doesn't require, a lot of money. Usually you have a notebook. If you don't have a notebook, typically people have phones. They have notes and memos in the phones. So you can write things down that way. You can record them. So many ways that you can do that. And so that is one of the ways to take action. And step two would be acknowledge your untapped potential. So typically, people only use a fraction of their mental capacity or their potential. You only use a fraction of it. Science has proven this. So it's important to acknowledge that we don't use anywhere close to our fullest capabilities. So you want to begin to make a list of those particular untapped abilities. You want to sit down and make a list of your current abilities, the ones that you feel comfortable with, and then sit down and make a list of the abilities that you don't feel comfortable with, but you know that you can do. And a lot of that is like if you decide you want to start a business, like for me, I don't like the tax aspect of it. I don't really like that part of it. I really don't even like the money part of it. I don't like having to keep up with that. I need a good accountant, people that'll help me. My husband is actually really good at that, so that is really something that I lean on him for. I like the part of doing the particular work that I do. I like the fact of doing the healing work that I do. I do healing sessions for people, and I love to see that particular type of transformation. And so those are things that I do. I love creating, so I create spiritual products, and I have some more that are coming off the pipe that I'm working on as we speak. I love doing courses. I love doing workshops. I love all of those things. So those are things that I'm tapping into that were previously untapped for me, because because I actually got clarity on that. And that is another thing that I'm going to say. And I'm going to add that in there, along with watching how you speak to yourself, watching your internal dialogue, watching what you tell yourself, the things you say about yourself. Watch how you speak to yourself. And if you decide that, you want a thing or you want to do a thing, watch how you talk to yourself about that thing. Because a lot of times we lean back into, something that happened to us in the past, and we take our cues from those things. And so what you want to do is stop taking your cues from that shit, because that happened in the past. The past could be yesterday. Today is a new day. Every day we have brand new days, brand new blessings every single day. And when you begin to look at things in that way and watch how you talk to yourself and say beautiful things to yourself, and I know that I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I say things and, I say, you know what, I have, this thing going on or whatever. And instead of saying, because I don't believe in holding on to pet conditions and diseases and stuff. Although, I have been diagnosed with a few things, and that's what I say. I've been diagnosed with this thing. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue. Now, the thing about that is I can build around that and say, okay, yeah, I was diagnosed with these things, but I don't claim to have them. And I don't say my fibromyalgia or my, whatever. I was diagnosed with cataracts. I don't say my cataracts, none of those things, because I know that those are just spaces on a continuum that are waiting to be healed. That is what is happening with me. I am healing my body. And so this gives me, knowledge of how to help heal other people. So that's another thing. I am getting knowledge of how to heal other people, how to help other people to get their own healing. Let's say it like that. Because really what I am is a conduit. I'm a soul transformation guide and an oracle of peace. And so I help people to get their peace, to find their peace, to create their peace, to understand that they are the peace that they are seeking. And so this is something that I do in my sessions. And so another thing you want to do is you want to neutralize your fear and your risk. Now, the thing is fear is natural. Fear is not something to be ashamed of, afraid of, or anything like that. It is a natural thing. But what you want to do is you want to learn how to manage it, or to not succumb to it when you are trying to do a thing, when you are trying to manifest something, when you're trying to do something that you've never done before, or when you're trying to do something that you don't know anybody that's done it before. Because many times that's how it is for us. Like for me, I don't know anybody that has done some of the things that I feel called to do. I don't know anybody. There's nobody in my family that was called to do it. There's nobody in my friend circle that was called to do these things. And you may have a dream or a desire just like that. Because for me, I'm multi-passionate. So I do a lot of different things and I enjoy doing that. My husband feels like it's work, but I don't feel like that because I enjoy doing those things. And I don't mind working if it's something that I enjoy doing. Because when you enjoy doing it, it's not work. It's fun. And so I actually have a fun time explaining that to my husband, because he's like, oh, but then he says that I involve him in it. It is work for him. So I'm going to listen to that, and I'm not going to involve him with some of the things because I know how he feels, and I don't want him to feel like he's working, especially if I don't feel like it. I feel like it's fun. I have fun doing these things, all the things that I do. Like I make jewelry, I make cannabis products. I make bath soaks, and right now I'm creating a subscription box because that is what's calling me. I do Bach flower remedies, which help you. And what I'm doing is I'm targeting them toward the chakra healing. So I'm super excited about that. But anyway, so that's just a snippet of some of the things that I am doing and that I am overcoming, some of the things that I am becoming unstoppable with. And so step 5, and this is the last step I'm going to cover today, is visualizing your success. Visualizing your success. I can't say enough about visualizing because that is something that I've been doing, and I'm going to tell you something. I didn't think it was working, because, we start on these journeys and we start doing affirmations and we start, trying to, live according to the laws, the metaphysical laws, the law of attraction, the law of circulation, the law of expectation, law of assumption, all of these different laws that we learn about that really encompass the law of attraction, because the law of attraction is like an umbrella and all these other things are underneath it. So you start really understanding those things and beginning to work them into your life, because that is the key. Work them into your life. So visualize. And you don't have to visualize before you go to sleep and, or in the morning, which those are good times. And I do that then, but you can visualize all through the day. And I do. Sometimes I take a moment just to visualize. I'm standing somewhere, I'm sitting somewhere. I just visualize, what I desire. And y'all, these things are happening. So it works. So make sure that you are becoming unstoppable. Make sure that you are sharing, and subscribing wherever you're watching this. I appreciate your time and attention. And if you are looking for some support on your spiritual journey, I'm your girl. Reach out to me. Bye now.